We're at the halfway point.
Oh, prod them along.
Focus and stay in your lane.
That is a load.
Story time. Here a week or so ago on Sunday night, I was just settling in. The whole family was up and we were catching up on Yellowstone.
Keep your cat on your side of the fence. You gotta tell your boy to watch the bass in his voice when he speaks to me.
And all of a sudden, bright light outside, the lights flickered, and heard a loud boom. We thought aliens had arrived.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
But it wasn't the case. What happened was, our feed truck driver brought feed down to site 2, and on his way out the driveway, he hadn't put his auger down. And he took the power line about as far as he could. And when it finally broke, it popped the transformer, and everything went dead. Now, I got an alarm call right away, or a text from my BarnTools alarm, but my home site and Sawyer site both have generators, but our site 1, which is our double site, those are tunnel natural barns. They don't have generators. So right away, of course, we started getting alarms that obviously the power was out. So we came on up to site 1 and we cranked the curtains down before the curtain drops even dropped. But I never really thought about this, but like our old Agger alert, when the power would go out, obviously you'd get a call, but then once you know the power's out on a natural site, you got to crank the curtains down. It was cold. So how far do you crank them down? And so usually what you do is you crank them down about where you think they need to be, and then you stand around up there and you wait, and you got to go in the barn if you got your phone or your flashlight, and if you've got a thermometer, you can check it to see, did you crank the curtains down too far? Is it getting too cold in there? Are your pipes gonna freeze? Or did you crank it down not enough? And being at site 1 was full of fat hogs. We just were getting ready to start selling, so it's full of big pigs. So it's a real tedious deal because you don't know how long the power is gonna be off. It's the middle of the night. Fortunately though, the thing that I just loved was the fact that with the interface, with the app, I could look at my temperatures in my rooms in real time, check them every 10 minutes. And if one room kept getting cooler, I'm like, well, I need to go up there and crank that up a little bit. And if one room's getting hot and just keeps climbing, okay, well, I don't have the curtain quite open far enough. And so we were able to manage the temperature in those barns way better than we ever could before, because on our old alarm, if you called it, you'd have to do a status report and then sit there and wait and have it go through all the stuff and give you the dry contacts and all the stuff you didn't need to get to what the temperature was. And with the app, you can see it in real time. We knew what we were getting as far as it was going to be easier to use, and we loved the interface, but that's the first time that I've had a situation where I felt like, wow, this thing is way better than what we had. So anyway, all turned out well, and kudos to BarnTools and the BarnTalk alarm because it did exactly what we wanted it to do.
Well, ladies and gents, that is a load. Bubble wrap, insulation, whatever you want to call it. That is going to help us save thousands of dollars of LP. I feel like we're in winter officially, but we only had one real bad snowstorm that's come and affected us. When we get rid of these pigs in the middle of winter, in probably more likely February, Dad doesn't want to spend thousands of dollars on LP, or he doesn't want to spend more money on LP than he has to. So what we're going to do today, since it's semi okay outside, the wind's not blowing like crazy, and the sun's out, we're going to put some of this insulation, some of this wrap inside the curtain so that when we are starting wiener pigs in the middle of winter, that heat can stay in the barn a lot better versus if we didn't have it. Help us today. We brought the dream team, the real muscle. We had to assemble the Avengers to get this job done. It's gonna be more than us, more than just us two. We got Clay, and we got Corey.
And Duke.
And we got Duke.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I brought this in case anybody gets slow. I'll prod them along.
There you go.
So, Sawyer, you're tall.
Yeah.
So, you'll be the best for this.
Oh, I thought I was just gonna sit here like this.
Run the camera?
Yeah.
No. But you can pull it through and make sure it doesn't catch on the ropes. And Corey and I will make sure that it stays up.
And I'll rotate the roll.
It's gonna be a team effort.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just that easy, huh?
Yep, you just feed it through. So this is a 200-foot roll, so we'll get all the way to the pocket down there, and then we'll cut this off, and we'll have enough to do one of the tunnel curtains.
We're doing it on all sides, baby.
We're doing the north side on both buildings. I bet you that it'll save us, if we happen to fill and it's really cold, I'll bet you it could save us $3,000 or $4,000 in LP. Depends on what Clay and Corey charge us for their time. I shouldn't have said that because now their wage just went up.
3 or 4,000.
Yeah. Try to look back. Make sure you don't accidentally put it through like one set of rope somewhere, because if you get to the end and it's like, you know what I mean? It's a booger because you gotta go back.
We're at the halfway point, and it's pretty tight. I won't lie. I'm getting a front delt workout. Your upper chest and your front of your shoulder. Man, it starts to cramp up after a while. You'd think it'd be pretty easy, but it gets kind of stuck in some places and it makes it hard to pull. This 200-foot roll is almost gone, and we're about halfway on the north curtain. So about 400 feet of this stuff will do one side of a 2400. How have you guys been, and how's everything treating you? The people haven't seen you in a while.
Just been putting my head down and getting shit done. Hustling hard.
Oh, that's a this'll do mentality right there.
Focus and stay in your lane.
How's the B&B? How's the Babcock?
Good, people are there now. Enjoying it.
We're just taking life advice from the ones that really have wisdom.
I got no wisdom left to give.
Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty repetitive though, so we're just gonna do the rest of them, and you guys can take our word for it that we got them in there. We got a little bit more roll to go, and we're gonna get it in, and we don't want to bore you with too much of this stuff. So we'll see you when we do something else more exciting.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm up in the barn puttering around. We got our barn boards planed down. I'm just cutting the edge off, squaring them up right now, and starting to lay them down. I gotta finish studding the other half, but this is cypress, and it turned out awesome. And we're gonna fill this gap in over to the wall. It's kind of been a long time coming, a lot of messing around, and you know, there's always something, so this project's kind of gotten pushed to the back. We'll get half of it done today anyway. Also, update on the heat air units. We got 3 of them in. We got 1 left to put in back where our office is gonna be, and they're working great. If you look, I came up here about 2 hours ago, turned them on, and it's just over 60. They're set on 65. Can never find everything. as you can see, not too shabby. It's really hard to get I'm not using like finish nails, I'm just using regular stick nails, but it's really hard to get your depth set right because some of these boards are harder, some are softer. The studs underneath, if you happen to run into a knot, it's not driving them very well, but the ones that don't get driven, I'll probably pull and then hand drive. These pieces back here, I have to notch where those blocks are. And I left a gap, I don't know if you can see it, but I left a gap down there. So the boards that we put in should slide in. All in all, going pretty good. I'm gonna keep messing around with this for a while till Sawyer gets here, then we'll call it a day. But that's the update for today.